Most Sundays draw some 250 worshipers to St. Joseph Cathedral. This Sunday, fewer than 100. They took the bread, but no sips from the chalice. They faced the same direction, but didn't hold hands. Following a church pillar no distance can take away, compassion for keeping others safe.
We're doing the right thing the way we're trying to mitigate the spread of this disease and take that new space we have and give God a place to work in our lives.
With more places of worship airing masses on TV and online.
It takes a different kind of wisdom, but I believe we're adaptable to this.
While the coronavirus is keeping many people away from Sunday services, clergy members are flaunting more modern ways to worship, like live streaming, to give their flocks their weekly wisdom.
Or maybe even through some kind of social media, joining with people, or maybe a few friends together, getting together to share the Word of God. The desire for God in our life should come from within, not be an obligation. In fact, in some ways, we're free now to see the quality of our faith.
The Baton Rouge Diocese will meet this week to rule whether its masses of any kind will continue through the COVID-19 outbreak. In the meantime, parishioners plan to savor all the masses they can.
I thank them for their concern in keeping us safe and that we can keep each other safe.
To still be able to participate in a worship service without necessarily having to meet with other people.
I still want to be a good Christian, but I can from home, so it's really nice.
A state so tied to faith in higher power, looking toward healthy powers as well. Harrison Golden, NBC Local 33 News.
Yeah, this is my way of life.
With a wheel in his hand, Donald Dardor wraps around the fingery bayous at the feet of America. His catch, tonight's dinner.
I didn't learn too much in school, but I learned I could live off the land, and I don't think I'd starve.
And for the Pointe-au-Chien tribe 60 miles south of New Orleans, much of that land now sits bare or underwater.
When I grew up, where water is now, we played back there. Where there's no trees now, there used to be oak trees, fruit trees. Now it's a stick.
Yeah, that tree is on both sides of the bayou. It's been more like a forest instead of the way it looks this way.
The tribe cites a few culprits. For one, levees built decades ago to shield South Louisiana from the mighty Mississippi have starved the trees and roots of helpful sediment. This as some 10,000 miles of oil company canals widen, sucking in the salt water that chews at the coast. The result, a weakened line of defense should another storm hit.
If this continues, the Gulf of Mexico is not stopping.
Members have feared their tribal mounds could be among the next to fall, mounds their ancestors built centuries ago to wait out the floods.
That's work that our people did, our ancestors did, and we do not want to lose that.
I just imagine in my mind how much dirt and how much time it took them to put that up, and they didn't have no excavators way back then, so but it took years to build up that high. That's why I hate to see that getting washed away.
The U.S. Geological Survey says Louisiana loses about a football field of land every 100 minutes. And so before any more minutes can further thin this tribe's sacred mounds, a special delivery returning to the water.
It's all that makes Louisiana, Louisiana.
Jimmy Frederick is with the Coalition to Restore Coastal Louisiana, which is lining 400 feet of Pointe-au-Chien's tribal mounds with 200 tons of oyster shells.
And we say it's a delicious and simple way to restore our coast, because that's really what it is.
It all happens like this. Once a day's worth of salty, briny bivalves are slurped, the Coalition collects leftover shells from about 20 South Louisiana restaurants, including Bourne in downtown New Orleans.
We usually do about 10 to 20 sacks in a day, about 100 oysters per sack.
And then they're trucked down to Buras, Louisiana, which is about 75 miles south of New Orleans. So they cure for 6 months. They sit in the sun so that the sun can bake off the bacteria or anything that might be contaminating the shell.
Then baskets of those shells head back to the water, where all of their nooks and crannies offer surface area to absorb wave energy, cushion the coast, and house new oysters. You could call them living coastlines, that filter and rise with the sea.
It really is gratifying that we're able to do something tangible, not just for the land, but for the people that live there.
The coalition's collected some 4,000 tons of shells since 2014, piling them along the Louisiana coast. But for the Pointe-au-Chien tribe,
you have to be able to respect the past to move forward with the future.
It's the latest oyster reef that'll keep a piece of their history above water.
It's home, it's paradise.
God's country.
83.
Friendly, welcoming, sharing.
Everybody knows everybody.
The billiards, and then you had the knock-ins, the hotards, and the dors.
And now, the oysters too.
I can't find nothing that would be better than that for me anyway.
There's an old saying in Baton Rouge, the early bird gets the bird.
Definitely a badge of honor. Definitely a badge of honor.
These plywood pink flamingos are only for the quickest. Once a year since 1996, the Spanish Town crew frees 24 of them into the City Park lakes, always by surprise.
There's no other way to find out other than friends telling friends.
That's why you need to be quick on your feet, or at least quick on your boat.
I knew at any day they were going to be going out.
This marks Deborah Trahan's first time kidnapping one of these.
It's something that I've always wanted to do.
And her new bird will join good company in a Spanish town where yards and windows show pride in pink.
And I might have to put a little glitter on it because, you know, us Spanish Town girls, we're kind of glitzy like that, so she might get a little bling, a few rhinestones.
The neighborhood will again flaunt its flamingo flair next month, zigzagging from Spanish Town Road down to Convention Street, then to the river.
All the pink stuff and just getting dressed up and these crazy things just make life interesting and fun.
There's a lot of things that people know about Louisiana. People recognize Louisiana for gumbo or Mardi Gras or good parties, but there's traditions that only a local will know about and only a local will care about.
The Spanish Town Parade's theme this year, Heine Sight, yes, Heine Sight, is 2020. Flocking with the flamingos, Harrison Golden, Fox 44 News.